Hi and welcome to In the Kitchen with Pen. And today, well, it's Sunday evening and we've just had a lovely dinner, but I thought let's do a dessert. And the dessert we're going to be doing is apple charlotte. Now, what's apple charlotte, you might ask? Well, if you come on down, you'll see. But first, let's show you the ingredients. You need some bread, crust cut off, and I'm just going to roll it a bit thinner. You need a little sugar. You'll need basins. You can do it in one big basin or individual basins, and you need to butter them. You'll need some melted butter. I'm just going to switch off. And you'll need some, well, it said carrots, apples that you have peeled, sliced, diced, however you want to do it, cooked down in a little dash of orange juice, a sprinkle of sugar, and then when they're cooked you're going to add in some sultanas and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So come on down and see what we do. Well, as I say, we need to roll out our bread just a little bit thin. We still want to know that we've got it, but we don't want it too thick. Right, I'm only doing enough for the two of us. Obviously, you'll need to do enough for 4 or however many of you there are. So we've got our dishes that we have actually greased, but what we want to do, because you want a little bit of texture, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a spoonful of sugar, and we are going to just roll it around the mould so that we get that texture, and we do the same with every single mould. Right, let me take our butter, bring it over, and I'm going to cut these in half. And we're just going to dip them in the melted butter. That is still very warm, so be careful. Don't try and be clever like I am. And push it into the moulds. And you just carry on doing that until your moulds are lined. And when that's done, we'll be back. Our moulds are now lined, so we're going to add our apple mix. And just push it down, because we want to know that we've got apples in there, don't we? So there's one. I'm trying not to get too much juice in there. Don't think this will go to waste, because if I know Steve, he will happily eat this with just some custard. Right, so done. Then we want to make our lid, so let's just make sure this is as flat as we can be. And we go into the melted butter and on top. And we're going to try and seal this as best as we can. I'm going to need a little bit more melted butter, so I'll be back. Right, what I've done is I've taken another slice of bread and I've rolled that out, and I've actually cut a circle slightly bigger than the actual mould, and I'm just pushing it down. Gosh, that's jolly hot. Don't burn yourself doing this, please. Okay, and the same with this one. And all we're doing is we are trying to seal it together as best as we can. Just move that because I keep hitting it, don't I? As best we can. Right, now if you're doing these in an oven, you will have preheated your oven to 180 C, and then you're going to pop them in there for about 20 minutes. If you're doing a large one, then same temperature, but they'll need about 30 minutes. And I'm just using the rest of this butter just to make sure we are covered. Okay, now here's a surprise, I'm not putting on my big oven. What's the point? So I'm going to be using my Ninja, and therefore I'm just putting them into the Ninja, as you can see, and then I'll bring you over so you can see what I do. Right then, we switch our Ninja on, we choose drawer 1. We're going to go over to bake, and it is at 160, and we're going to go for about 8 minutes. It will still stay on 160, and we'll go for 8 minutes. And we press start, and that's it. That's all we do until they're cooked. It's almost finished, and where was my head? I don't know. I said 10 minutes. I actually have changed that, and they will have been on for about 14 minutes. So here we go. Let's take a look. Well, they look good to me. So I'll just get one out and show you it. There we go. So what I'll do is I shall go over to dish up, and you can come with me. Right, what I did was I went round with a knife and I just tipped out the apple charlotte like so, and there we are. Everything was already cooked, remember that, so we weren't actually cooking anything. And there is our apple charlotte, and I'm just going to pour over and around just a little custard. Well, a lot of custard for Steve and just maybe a little for me. And there we have apple charlotte and custard. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Steve's through, and then we'll have the taste test. Well, you saw me put it together, so now let's see how this apple charlotte tastes. Can't hold it because the bowl's rather warm, that custard is, and the apple charlotte itself is warm. So we have some of the pastry or bread, some of the apple, some of the custard, and a couple of raisins. And let's see. The bread really does taste like a pudding pastry. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely, and look at all that filling. Delicious. So I'm now gonna have another mouthful, and then I'm going into the front room to have my evening. putting the sugar around the outside of the bowl gives you another texture that is absolutely delicious. So if you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. Any comments, write them down below. I'll be happy to answer. And thank you for being with me in the kitchen with Pen, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye bye. Thank you for watching this edition of In the Kitchen with Pen, and quite a lot of the time Steve. If you've liked what we do and want to see more, then click here.
And if you'd like to subscribe, please click here.
Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.
Keep cooking.